Timothy Jones is a troublemaker. Send him to Wallen Street. They decided that he needs the royal treatment. Send him up the creek. Take him up the mountain. This is unfounded. This is the language they like to use for complaints and grievances. Well, we looked into the matter, and it's unfounded.
If anybody's going to be picky about what jobs you get, when you're hungry, honey, you'll take a job. I mean, I don't know of anybody or any part of the country can say, well, we're not going to take this kind of job, we're not going to take that kind of job. That'd be, you know, times change.
It was like a pep rally. You know, it was like, you know, and then they wanted to see if there were any questions from the community. And so a couple of people got up and they were all singing the praises. And of course, you're getting less wanting to say anything because it was really a pep rally. That's all it was. Well, I did get up, and I can't remember I just raised a question. And it was like, it was almost like the booing and the crowd. It was just, I never felt so, first of all, I never felt so alone. The herd mentality of that everything that they said was absolute truth, and everything that was going to be happening in our community was going to be wonderful, and this was the best thing that could come into our community, and it was just, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget my feeling in that place. It was just awful.
I think it's imperative to get these inmates that engaged in the disruption and destruction and violence out of this state into a super maximum security facility and let them know what their price to pay is going to be. I'm sorry if they have family members, they're not going to see them. A lot of people think they should be sent out on a barge or an island. This is probably the best thing we got to it.
They never tell you where you're going when they tell you you're being transferred. See, they always love to keep you in the dark. It was transferring you from the other location, but they want you to strip down to this other place. They know you don't have anything, but they want to degrade a man and turn around and don't just squat and cough, but spread your ass cheeks is the language they was using. Not spread your buttocks, and not spread your ass cheeks. Let us look in your anus. And that ain't good enough. What man? And all this machoism, you know, could feel comfortable doing this thing. They even have a camera there. Those good old boys, if you will, in Red Onion and Watts Ridge and that, learn your lesson section of the mountains.
The Supermax model is one essentially of 24 hours a day in your cell. You get no access to education, to work. In Massachusetts, they said you could have religious books and you could have trashy novels, but you couldn't have any educational books because you had forfeited the right to educational books, which, again, I'm thinking, how could anybody, where did they come up with such a notion?
They didn't know where they were at. A lot of the correction officers had never been dealt with anybody that was from the cities. You know, we were all from around here. Most of them had never been in no kind of law enforcement. And I think a lot of them, it went to their head. And we were told, you know, you don't need to be talking about anything that goes on at this prison when you're off work. You need to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, excellent. Get the medical stuff out and don't touch nothing. Don't take nothing down, don't touch nothing.
They called me and told me that he had passed. And they told me he had a heart attack. I said, Larry didn't have no heart trouble. They asked me what they wanted to do with the body. I said, well, you just took him down there, you just bring him back. They sent him back ripped open, and they tied him up with string. They didn't sew him back or nothing. He was just real blood. Oh, they lied. They lied. I took pictures of him. And the Undertaker, I seen all these marks on him. You know, there were 9 of them. 9 where they hit him with a stunt gun. And you can see they burnt right into his skin and everything. Now, you think that should be with a stun gun? You see his wrist? You see that? This is how they sent him back, wrapped up in sheets. This is the other hand.
What did they go?
The last one.
Prisons are a unique entity. They are a paramilitary organization with a very strict code of silence and a very strict code of loyalty. And guards are gonna lie, and they do lie, and their supervisors lie, and the administrators lie. The entire state of Virginia put up a wall and said, you know, if you want something from us, come and get it, because we ain't giving you anything. We're not gonna give you dirt unless you make us, unless you come down here with a court order and make us. These cases are intensely fought because the guards have every incentive in the world to cover up when they do something wrong.
And political lives are at stake. And to an administration that is bottom line oriented, as opposed to recognizing that prisons serve a function other than being profit centers, it was enticing for them to send it to Virginia.
Armstrong was sitting there lying about everything, but we're in Hartford. He was lying. It's on my mind.
If they didn't show that deliberate indifference, if they didn't send him to Wallens Ridge, David would be alive today. In fact, he'd be out by now and he'd be home with his family.
And then when another person died, it was like, you know, when are they going to get the message what's going on there? How many people have to die before they bring these guys out of Virginia?
Not being able to hold your baby is a punishment. When you're talking to your wife on the phone and she needs you and you can't be there, that's a punishment. When they call you in that office, the lieutenant's office, and tell you that your mother just died, that's a punishment. And you can't be there, that's a punishment. They don't need to be beaten. They don't need to be called niggers. They don't need to be called, the whites that stand with the blacks don't need to be called nigger lovers. And this is not the mentality of a few guards. This is the mentality of some of the people in our government. This is the war on the poor. This is the war on the inner city youth. What's going on in that prison is human torture. Not black torture, not white torture. It's human torture. And we should be sick and tired of it. Because I'm sick and tired of it. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. What do we want? Justice. What do we want? Justice. What do we want? Justice. What do we want?
Opportunity for a young person around here. Anybody that's 18, 19, 20. I mean, what do you have? Walmart, fast food. My brother worked there as a guard for about 2 years. He said it was corrupt. And it went against his religious beliefs to continue working there, so he quit.
The prison business has been a big boom to our economy in Southwest Virginia.
To Wallens Ridge already. These are the people that went to Red Onion.
Oh, you went up to Red Onion? Okay.
Yes.
Hi there.
Some of the family. And you're in your I've been coming down every month for 2 years.
For 2 years you've been down. We used to have so many from Connecticut that would come down.
Right.
Yeah, early on.
Even though they're being sent 8 hours trip, the families are determined they're going to still come out here.
Yes. Oh, it's a long trip. It's like the end of the world.
At the Red Onion and Wallens Ridge, Virginia's worst Supermax by design. Intentional. Make no mistake about it. They mean to be the worst place. Prison. You know, that's designed to torture, to degrade you. Man, it's meant to break down your mental and physical, psychological. These guys that had problems got worse problems when they come to this system and they say, give him time. Time to do what? Time to die. This is a slow, gradual death, and once the guys realize this, this is when they give up hope.